up, everyone? I am Jonathan Mathis, the sports judge. Thanks for watching. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's well. I know this game is a day old now, but people are still harping about Jimmy Butler and his final shot in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Why did he take that shot? Why did he attempt a short two? Why did he feel he needed to take a three in that situation? And, I was questioning it as well. And I get it. There's a lot of frustrated fans out there questioning why did he take a three-point shot and not settle for a two-point shot? Well, when you look at this series, Jimmy Butler was worn down. He was completely exhausted. He was tired. So maybe he felt he didn't have it in him to play another final 5 minutes. Maybe he felt that, that shot could have ended the game. And, he would not had to play 5 more minutes in overtime. I think he was trying to end the game right then and there. So like I said yesterday, you have to have some sympathy for this man, because this was a man who was, competing, but at the same time, he wasn't feeling 100%. He was not healthy. People forget that this was a man that was battling with an injury. And, his legs gave out on him. So I don't think he was confident enough to, think about overtime. I don't think overtime was on his mind. I think more than anything, he was more concerned about winning the game. Now, what if he would have made the shot? Then no one is crying over the fact that he attempted the shot. See, if he had made the shot, everyone would be, speaking highly of him. They'll be patting him on his back today. They'll be having nothing but good things to say about Jimmy Butler. But because he missed the shot, it's a bad shot. But had he made the shot, then all of a sudden, as we know, it's a good shot. So damned if you do, damned if you don't. He did what he felt was right in that moment for his team. Unfortunately, the shot didn't fall. He missed the shot. Okay, the series is over. But Jimmy Butler was exhausted. He was completely exhausted. He was tired. And I think he had ran out of gas towards the end of that game, that he knew that he couldn't play another 5 minutes, that his body would not withstand playing another 5 minutes of basketball. So he tried to be the hero on that last possession. And again, the shot didn't fall. But everyone today is criticizing Jimmy Butler because he missed the shot. Because they felt that he took an ill-advised shot. That it wasn't the best shot. But again, you're in a situation that if you make that shot, then everyone is saying good things about you. So, again, it is what it is. The shot didn't fall. The Miami Heat got eliminated. Jimmy Butler probably could have taken a short two. He probably would have sent his team into overtime. But I think if Miami would have sent it to overtime, they would have lost regardless. Because I just think that when you look at how this series played out, the Boston Celtics were just the better team. The Boston Celtics were more complete. This series came down to who could stay healthy. And Boston, they were dealing with their own injuries as well, but they had a healthier team, a healthier roster. More bodies on the floor, more players making plays, more players scoring. Jason Tatum doing his thing. Yeah, I talked about Marcus Smart yesterday, taking the final 5 shots in that game. That shouldn't have happened, but he did. And you know, the Boston Celtics, they were able to survive in Game 7. But Jimmy Butler tried everything he could for his team. He did everything he could for the Miami Heat. And if not for Jimmy Butler, the Miami Heat doesn't go deep into the playoffs. Their run comes to an end early because Jimmy Butler was playing his ass off in these playoffs. Jimmy Butler is a fierce competitor. He's tough. You know, he has that mental toughness. He has that ability to score and knock down shots and get hot. And we saw what he did in Game 6. And a lot of people was very surprised by the effort that he was able to give in Game 6. A lot of people were surprised by that. They didn't think he had it in him. But he did. And he put that team on his back in Game 6. How quickly we forgot that he had a legacy-defining moment in Game 6. His heroics saved Miami's season. And that is how the Heat was able to force a crucial Game 7. Unfortunately, it didn't go their way. But we're talking about Jimmy Butler. We're saying bad things about Jimmy Butler. But if he had made that shot, what if he hadn't made that shot? Will we be sitting here today talking about whether or not it was a good shot or a bad shot? Absolutely not. We'll be talking about how great of a shot it was. How it was one of the greatest shots in NBA history. We'll be talking about the fact that this, put him in a different stratosphere. We'll be talking about how this shot cemented his legacy. We'll be sitting here talking about that and not talking about a missed shot and how it was an ill-advised shot and how he should have gone for a sure two. I think Jimmy Butler was just looking to end this series right then and there. I don't think he wanted to see overtime. I don't think he wanted to send it to overtime. Because if Miami had played in overtime, they would have lost. They were a more beat up team. They were tired. They were exhausted. And Jimmy Butler didn't have a strong enough effort from his supporting cast. Tyler Hero wasn't feeling 100%, even though he played. Kyle Lowry only finished the game with 15 points. Jimmy Butler would have had to basically drag that supporting cast by himself in overtime. He would have definitely had a 40-point night had the team gone to overtime, but would they have been able to pull it out? Probably not. This series went to the strongest and the healthiest. And the strongest and the healthiest team in the end were the Celtics, and that's why the Celtics were able to outlast the Miami Heat in the series. So don't give Jimmy Butler such a hard time. Don't be so critical of a man who did everything he possibly could to try to propel his team to victory. To try to send his team back to the NBA Finals. We should be giving him applause for his effort, his determination, his willpower, and his ability to lead his team. Because that's exactly what we saw from Jimmy Butler. It was an awesome playoff run for the Miami Heat. Unfortunately, they just fell short. Unfortunately, they were dealing with injuries. Unfortunately, they were undermanned. They were depleted. They were exhausted. Jimmy Butler especially. Having to carry a heavier workload. Having to do more to keep his team together. To help his team possibly pull through. Jimmy Butler did everything he could. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys have a wonderful night. Peace.